Morning, it's Monday. Hope you're all well, hope you've all had a good weekend. What am I doing today? I am just about to go and sign into a quarry where there is a DA40 dump truck. The keypad or something isn't working, so I'm going to have a look at that. I've got all the tooling that I need to plug into it and see what's going on. So that's the score. Now, on Friday I ordered a part for this dump truck, and what turned up isn't what I expected to turn up. So I've got it in a bag here, and to be fair, it probably would fit in that bag. It should be sort of about that big, but it's not, it's only that big. So yeah, it might do the job or it might not, we'll see. So yeah, I'll go and get signed in, and then I think I should just be able to go and help myself. Go and have a crack. Tell you what, nothing bad's gonna happen to me. I'm well PPE'd, look. You never know when you might have a bird fly into your head inside a cab. Anyway, I'm on this DA40, as you can see. So, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week, these buttons here weren't working, and he didn't try it this morning, I don't think. From what I gathered, he jumped onto the Volvo because this works all the lights and the beacons and things. Obviously this morning it'll have been a bit dark, so he hasn't been using it. Yeah, sorry, so if I turn the ignition on, and I've noticed that you can't turn these work lights straight on. So if you press that one first, they do come on, which is correct. Interior light comes on and off. Beacon comes on. So it appears to be working at the minute. Good. Anyway, I think there's about 4 wires out the back of this going to the VCU, which is behind there. I can also get my laptop and put my laptop on it, because what I was going to do, if this lot still wasn't working, what you can do is run the laptop and basically use your laptop to work this keypad. We'll have a look. I'll take this apart and have a look, but I think what I've got, instead of having the keypad, is the controller for the keypad. So yeah, this is all kind of fairly new to me, so we'll muddle through it. So I've got a connection, and these dump trucks record everything, and I mean everything. For example, foot brake activation, so how many times you've pressed the foot brake. 396,816 times this machine has had the foot brake pressed. Can see how many hours the windscreen wiper's been running for. It really is incredible what it records. It's mental. It really is. Diff lock engage time, aircon clutch run time. The aircon has been running for a total of 4,500 hours. The machine's done 14,500 hours. Mental, innit? Tells you all kinds. How many times the horn's been pressed, I'm sure I saw earlier. Horn activations, 23,929 times. So what I'm looking for is this keypad here to work it. DTC's here, look. We've got loads of stuff in here. But nothing I can see to do with that thing down there. It records the hours and the date when the fault occurred. EGR can timeout. Emergency stop switch activated. Body up, 10k speed limit, so he's been driving forward with the skip up, and that's reduced its speed to 10k. All sorts. Right, I'll have a feel through this because I'm not overly familiar with this. Alright. Okay, so the parts list wasn't very clear, and I thought I was ordering this bit here. But I haven't. I've ordered this bit here, which this plugs into this, and then this goes back to the VCU here, which is plug X21, which is there, this left hand side one. So I'm going to do is check the wiring back the way, but the fella here says just stick that on and leave it on and go from there. It says if it doesn't come back, then it's that, and if it does come back, then we know it's not that. But it's one of them intermittent faults, so it doesn't seem to be misbehaving at the minute. Bit annoying. But I'm going to check the wiring just from there back to there. Although I expect everything should be okay. So we need pin number 3, 14, 13, 1. 2 is the shield. Okay. I've done a continuity test from that plug back to there. I've rattled the wiring about and can't make note of it. It's one of them, isn't it? If it's working, it's working. But I'll put that on there. It's just a Velcro strip, look. Stick that to that. Plug him into there. Oh, the bloody awkward bit to get into. It doesn't look like it for you, but for me, my head is right in the way of this steering wheel. Plug that into there. Make sure that plugs on the back of this control box. Yeah. Plug this one back in. It like, so it's this grey wire here that goes down at the bottom of these plugs. Try it out now. I've got all the lights on. Put the hazards on. Hazards are flashing. Screen has recognised that I've got all the lights on. Just have a step outside and check now. Right, so I don't know how that's finished up for you if you were watching it, but that module, I've replaced that little module. Like I say, it was less than 100 quid. Got it in just in case. The guy says, well, you might as well fit it, so I've fitted it. The wiring tested out okay, but everything was to test out okay, I suppose, because everything was working. The only thing I could think of is if that module isn't getting, it's either not getting an input from the keypad, or it's not transferring or it's not outputting to the VCU, so there you go. Yeah, it's not, I don't really like doing parts cannons, but you get a point. Just, it's not expensive, and at least if it does it again, you know it's not that. So, what have I got to do? I have got a fan belt to go and fit on an E20 Bobcat. So I'll go, that's to the side of Carlisle, and I'm yon side of Carlisle. So I'll go and do that. And yeah, get organised. Oh, I've got them wiper blades. I'll be going back past that spot as well, so I'll chuck them in the door too. Guarantee you, I'm going to put money on it, guarantee you. Oh, you got 5 minutes to fit them? Just wait and see. Right, you might recognise that spot there. This is on the Hadrian's Wall. It's called Sycamore Gap, and you might have seen it from people in the media. There was some cheeky little parsnip chopped a sycamore tree down in Sycamore Gap. That's it there. So that's on the Roman wall. You can see by the road ahead, it's dead straight. I call this the military road, and it sort of runs east to west along where Hadrian's Wall used to run. Anyway, I better keep going. I'm in a bad bit, so just thought I'd show you that. I've been along this road a few times, but I've just never really shown you, so I thought you might find it interesting. But yeah, that's the famous Sycamore Gap right there. Yeah, it's funny, the old Sycamore Gap. It would only be 40 minutes away from Carlisle, but when the tree was there, I never ever went. And sort of now it's gone, you sort of think, oh, probably should have gone and seen that. You just sort of take it for granted, don't you? Driven past it plenty of times, and then there's a pub just a bit further down the road. I've been in there for Sunday lunch and that a couple of times, but never actually went to the tree and touched it. Anyway, that is Hadrian's Wall. It's a good little road, that, the military road, because the 69 often gets chock-a-block with trucks doing, right enough, 40-50 mile an hour. And that road's generally quite quiet, so you can sort of cruise along. Right, I have just stopped. I've been sent out with a milk bottle. We haven't bought milk from a supermarket for easily 18 months, 2 years now. So my wife will ask us every morning, where are you going today? And she maps out where all these milk sheds are. So there's a milk barn here. I'll go and fill up the milk bottle, and then we've got milk for breakfasts and things. It's good to support local. Buy local, that's the best thing. Never mind buying electric cars for the environment and putting AdBlue in your vehicles and whatnot. The best thing you can do for the environment is buy local. We get our meat locally, and we get our vegetables locally. It's all very well having a Tesla on your driveway, but if you go to Sainsbury's and buy avocados from Peru and bananas from God knows wherever they come from, I mean, we still get bananas, but you know what I mean. Get your core fruit and veg locally is what I would say. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go and get some milk. It's 12:30 now, so I'll probably sit in this car park and have a bite of lunch. There we go, nice fresh milk. Look at that, proper stuff, like proper stuff. Put that in my last fridge. Hopefully the lid doesn't leak. Right, I'm gonna have some lunch and then get these wiper blades delivered and go and do this fan belt. Shh. There was nobody in the cabin, so I've just dropped them off. If you can't change that wiper blade, then there's something dearly wrong, isn't there? I would need a work permit, and then I'd need a job number raised, and oh, the paperwork would just be immense, like, it really would. Anyway, we'll go and have a look at this little fan belt, and yeah, that'll be the day put in by the time we get that done. Good little Monday run around, tidying up odds and ends. I think I've done more in this last 4 hours than I'd managed to get done Thursday, Friday last week. Hey man. Anyway, if you're new to the channel and you've just joined us, this is the first video you've seen. Normally I do a bit more troubleshooting and mechanicking. A day in the life of a plant mechanic. Sometimes you have these days though. Sometimes you have these days. Right, see you shortly. The old belt struggle. That's not the right belt. And I knew as soon as I opened that cubby hole and looked, you can see this is a, hang on, I'll turn the torch on, there it is. You can see this is a toothed belt, not that there's many teeth left. The part number is there, what you can make out of it, 7227-648. Been on the phone to parts, and that is a good part number, and it's the same belt that would fit a Doosan DX17. We do have stock of the belt, just not at Carlisle. But the machine that I'm working on is a Bobcat E20, and apparently, going by the serial number, this belt should fit a Bobcat E20, but it doesn't. No way in creation. So that's that, so to speak, but I'm just figuring out how to pull this out. I'd like to get it out in one piece. When I was coming here, I was thinking I'll just cut the belt and then fight on getting the new belt in, but I wouldn't mind having a little bit of a fight getting this one out, so I've got a bit of a template as to how to put it back in. So this is the view from inside the cab, which is okay. I'm just wondering if I'll have more space to get an arm in if I take the alternator off. Or this is the view from the counterweight on the back of the machine, and there's not really a lot of space to get a hand in. I can touch the fan there, probably get hold of the belt there, but I just wonder if I take this off here. I don't think that pipe's attached to this bracket. Oh, it is, look, because it goes onto there. But that would make life a bit easier if I did away with that big fat cable tie, maybe. If I get my hand in then and feed the belt. I'm going to try that. Yeah, I've got a DX17, brand new one at Carlisle, which will have the same belt on. So tomorrow morning I'll rob that off it, and then I'm not waiting for Mr. Postman like I was this morning to come and bring the new one. If this is just a 2-minute pull that off, slacken the alternator, then I'll do it. If it's a, because I have known, I think it's the DX27s, the Bobcat shape. I know doing an alternator, is it the alternator? Yeah, alternator, take the cooling pack off. Yeah, that's a horrible job, wouldn't recommend that. So, go and grab a 10mm and a knife and I'll cut that. So with the aid of a bit of light here, look, you can see a bit of a mark on this belt here, and I don't think it's happened when the belt's been tensioned, but as the belt's got looser, it's sort of rubbed on that spring clip there for that pipe, which has caused it to shred. Where's the worst bit at? Here, tell you what, this is neat in here. Have a look. There, look. There's the bad bit. I mean, it's all bad. There's teeth off it everywhere, but you can make out there where it's shredded. Anyway, I'm going to try and fight on getting this out of here. I need to sort of feed it over that fan, which it doesn't want to do. It wants to get wedged behind here. See in there. Oh, come on. Right. Bit of patience. I'll have this done in 2 minutes. Watch. There we go. It's out. All the blades are still on the fan, so that's a bonus. Been checking the bearing of the water pump and it seems okay. Yeah, you can see the true extent of the, I mean, it's knackered, isn't it? Look, totally knackered. Right, so I'll look forward to that tomorrow morning. There's 1 or 2 other jobs to do to this, but it's when it's running, it's over revving slightly. It should be sitting flat out at 2400 and it's at 1700, so apparently someone's been tinkering with it. I'll sort that out, no bother. What else was there? Oh, the pressures were a little bit low and I pressure tested it, so I'll give them an adjustment too. I think they were, anyway, they seemed, what was it, something like 189 or something. I'm pretty sure it wants to be around 200 bar, so I'll double check in my workshop manual anyway, but I'm going to make that do. Okay, while we're here, I think I've got a pipe to replace this, although looking at it now, I don't know if I do. We'll have a look. This is on the 140 LCR, by the way. I picked up this pipe and I'm looking at that now and thinking, yeah, I know it hasn't got a 90-degree in it, but I think that might do it. There's only one way to find out. Grab a pair of gloves. There we go, it's gone on a treat, that. Last little job was this refueling pump. I don't think I've got the brass bit gone. There's a valve to go on the end of here, but I don't have the ferrule that goes in it. I thought the ferrule was still in here. I'll go and have a ratch. There we go. After a bit of jiggery pokery, I've got something organised. That stops the fuel running back out the refueling pipe, you see. Got a little non-return valve in there. So yeah, I just need to put that onto the machine now. That pipe isn't very flexible anymore, so this could be another fight in itself. Right, I got sidetracked there having the phone to the boss while I've been putting everything back together, and I've jumped in the van and I've set off driving home. It is 4 o'clock, so yeah, I might as well just go straight home from here. Just another one of those days today where I've got bits and pieces done, but it hasn't created an awful lot of content. It's just the start of the year, bear with us. Wait till we get into spring and there's stuff to do all over the place, and I'm pulling my hair out. There's a good tasty little job to do on Wednesday, crankshaft oil seal, so look out for that on Thursday, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Right, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking with us, thanks for coming back and watching these videos. We'll catch you in the next one.